Hey, it's me. I'm LeeAnna. I do have some notes up here that I'm going to be referring to. We are discussing living with this pandemic. It is a monster. It is just taken everything that we know and that we hold near and dear to our hearts and putting it in a tornado and spitting it out somewhere. That's what it feels like. Even those of us who don't work at an outside of the home job every day are totally thrown for a loop by now. They're like, we're like, why can't we just go over here or go see our friends? And it's a mess. I know it's really, really a mess. But I have some, shall we say, ways, little tips and tricks to help you stay a little bit more inspired and encouraged. But first, I want to just remind you, I am not a medical professional. I am just a woman who has lived 20 years with one condition after another. And when I hurt my back 13 years ago, that brought on the fibromyalgia that I live with. And since then, I've developed a crap ton of other conditions. So, but before we get started, I want to please ask you to give a thumbs up for this video. If you don't mind, I'm just getting started with this YouTube thing, and it's a thing. You have to have your hand in all kinds of little things, and it's hard, and it's really easy to lose track of things. And now I know why there's so many videos on the internet explaining a tutorial of how to do this and how to do that on YouTube. And my brain is thinking they're making a video of how to make videos on YouTube. It's a, spin, spin, spin. But the thing is, every person has a different experience, and there are more people out there than there are more people online, even though there are a crap ton of people online. So, it's just the way that it is, because you don't know until you are here doing this that it is so, it's just so mind-blowing how the little things, just you have to have your hand in the fire of those. So I want to ask you, though, to please give me a thumbs up and support my channel. The thumbs up really help. It helps put the video into more on more screens when people go on to browse on YouTube. It puts the video, it puts it up in the line, shall we say. But if you don't mind, because I'm getting started, just subscribe and click the bell to get notifications for new videos. And that's it. So let's get on with the video. So, Corona. I want to know who named it Corona, because the minute I heard that, I was like, okay, now I want a Corona. So, yeah, and every time I say it, I think of that pretty brown beer. That ale, that light ale, and I don't drink because I take a lot of medicine. I'm disabled, I have fibromyalgia, I have a heart failure, all kinds of stuff, so I can't drink anymore, but oh man, I miss it, and I wish I could. I don't smoke anymore either. I do miss that because I was a lifelong smoker, but if you didn't know, it's probably where I got this deep gravelly voice at. It's like this at night and in the mornings. But I know that it's Wednesday, and I hadn't yet hadn't yet made my Wednesday video, so I feel really, really bad about that. Do you ever have those days where you are on the computer and you keep coming up against wall after wall after wall of frustration because this went wrong or this went wrong? And I swear, I log a lot of hours on the computer, and it seems like almost at least every other thing that I try to do, every other web page that I go to, there is something wrong in the programming. And I know that I'm not the only one seeing it, but I also know that not everybody is sitting there logging hour after hour after hour on the computer all day long like I am. A lot of people have families, a lot of people have jobs, a lot of people have other responsibilities. I don't have hardly any. So, and I'm trying to, do some things online. I want to try and put this company, it's not a company, put this, what's the word, movement in as many areas as I can to get to the people that are at home and they see, here's two things. One, when you have a physical chronic illness, you get psychological complications from it because it you up in the head. It really does. And if you had, like me, before you had the physical chronic condition, you suffer from mental illness, depression, anxiety, OCD. Those are all illnesses that are considered chronic illness. And so that's two. So that is one, it messes you up in the head, and two, things in the head are considered chronic illness. So people that are at home and they have chronic illnesses, mental health conditions, chronic physical handicap, anything like that is going to mess you up in the head. And people that are at home sitting on their couch, they got their curtains drawn, they can't do this, they can't do that, they feel like they're a big failure. I've been there. I have been there so many times. And I want to reach those people to say, you are not a failure. I mean, even today, even yesterday, I feel like a big failure because I feel like I should be able to go faster in my brain doing this stuff that I want to do on the computer than I'm actually able to go. And let me tell you, it is frustrating. It is very, very frustrating. And it really just, I know that if I can reach the people and say, look, this is where I've been, this is what I've done, this is what has happened to me, and this is where I am now, and this is the way I look at life now. If I can do that, anybody can do it. And that's all I have to say about that for right now. Back to the beer. Can't drink. Damn. Anyway, Corona, I know this pandemic is just filtering into our lives like a black smoke or an invisible contaminant. And we don't know when it's going to go away because there's experts that say this and experts that say that. But in all reality, it is in the hands of us. It is in our hands. I went to take my mom to the doctor yesterday, and on the way home, we had to stop at Food Lion so she could get something for my sister. And about half of the people that I saw at food restaurants, going in and out of Food Lion, whether it was people that worked in there, whether it was patrons, but I went to Dunkin' Donuts earlier too, and I forgot to wear a mask. I didn't have on gloves. It is so easy to slip up with this. That's why I suggest doing these. I suggest putting some damn yellow sticky notes all over the house. Put it on the front door. Put it on every door that you go in and out of. Put it in your car. Leave a mask in your car. Leave a mask in your house right by the door. A pair of gloves. Those blue ones that they use at the doctor's office. You can buy those at CVS and Walgreens. That's where we get ours. And we started getting them because my laptop, before I got my MacBook, I had a PC. I have a PC. It's a Dell. And the surface, because I ordered it online, I didn't test it out to begin with. The surface of it is, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of porous, but I didn't realize until I was in my 20s, I would say, I have an allergy to certain types of paper. And I have an allergy to certain types of trees. And my mom thinks there might be a little link there, and there may be. But we started buying those gloves because the computer was making, what happens is my fingertips will swell. And I get like this weird, it's just an icky reaction that I get. And I get it from Armor All. Back when I was married, my ex-husband wanted to he cleaned out the car all the time. He wanted to always Armor All everything, the dash and the steering wheel. And I had to keep telling him to stop because he thought, she's not really allergic to it. I'll just do it anyway. She'll never know. I knew. And so I'm allergic to something. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to get the new computer, but that's why we started getting gloves for me, because I couldn't spend hours on the laptop like I wanted to. So, but this pandemic is, I don't know what to think about it. But like I said, it is in our hands. I forget the mask, the gloves. I know other people forget them too. And then I know there's a small percentage of people that just don't care. And people that you see on the news where they're hanging out in the park and they're doing this and playing football, tackling each other, sweating, just really, mind blown, because I don't understand what they're thinking. I have since realized that groups of people together means they might be living together as housemates. Thinking, maybe this video is a rant. I don't know. However, with coronavirus, here's the thing, guys. Life is hilarious. Life is tedious. Life is exhausting sometimes, depending on who you ask. But life is hilarious. It can be very funny, and you should laugh if you feel like laughing. The only place that you need to serve is you need to serve God, and you need to help others. So I am wanting to help others with this channel, and I am wanting to serve God in this way, because there is nothing else more important for me than to help others and to serve God. And through helping others, that helps me, but it also helps others. It helps others a lot. And I truly believe in my heart of hearts, if people tried to practice this, the world would be such a better place. It would just be such a better place. And that's the inspiration that I'm offering you today. Inspiration lies in letting things be the way they are. Live and let live. Live your life. Live it for yourself. Live it for your God. And live it for your family and those that are, and those that are in your life to help, so that you can help them. And your life will be all the richer for it. And the things at the end of the day that matter, the only things that matter is, did you tell the people that you love that you loved them? Half the time you don't even need to tell them if they already know. So that's really the only thing that matters. Are you safe? Are you going to bed with full belly? Do you have clothes on your back? You're good. You should not be bitching and moaning and complaining and doing all that stuff. If you got kids, you do what you got to do to take care of yourself and your kids. Kids come first. They can't help themselves. You got to help them. You got elderly people in your life, elderly family, you help them. They can't help themselves. They can, but they need help. And so do people that have chronic conditions. It's hard to be a person with a chronic condition and help other people. This is where your judgment comes into play, and you need to realize you're not going to be able to do everything. So ask for guidance, pray for guidance. That's what I do. And I'm like, look, if you send it to me yesterday, I missed it, you got to drop a piano in front of me, because I'm going to miss it, because I'm just that way. So, but ask for guidance and follow what your heart says, follow what your instincts say. Sometimes, if you don't listen quite right, they might lead you a little off the beaten path, but most of the time, just live and let live. Just love and be loved. Help and be helped. And pray to God. Ask Him for guidance. Ask Him how you can serve Him by the tools you have in your life. I am making these videos, and hopefully my audience will grow, and so that I will be on my blog, and the videos will be there. I'll have this YouTube channel. I will have an Instagram presence and following, and then I'm going to start a podcast. And eventually I'm going to go on from there. There are many other things that I could do. There's book, there's public speaking, there's podcasting, there's live call-in radio shows, there's all kinds of, platforms that I can be on. And I want to do as many as God wants me to do. I want to help as many people. If I went through all of these years of being sick, and having conditions one after another, so that here at the end, not the end of it, but it's in the present, so that here at the present, that I can sit here and say, I know that I'm here to help you. I want to, where to go? This video is not sponsored by anything, but if I did have to say, hey, check it out, check out how you can help people. Maybe YouTube is the platform for you. Maybe it's Instagram, maybe Twitter. Although I hear sometimes how people say they have a big Twitter presence. I'm like, how do you even use it? It seems so boring. It's just like typing a line or two. I just don't understand how to use Twitter to its maximum potential. Maybe someday I will, but right now I don't. But I am LeeAnna. Anyway, I'm LeeAnna with Chronic Inspiration, and I endeavor and encourage and inspire you in the hopes of making your life a little brighter. And finally, I do want to thank you so much for watching today's video. And again, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. And oh look, there's another video right here and here for you to watch. I don't know, somewhere on there. But have a good day. Bye.